I am Josh Denham, salon owner of Riley Denham Edinburgh and session stylist and educator for John Paul Mitchell Systems. Today we've got our beautiful model Emma, where we're going to take you through a really commercial beach wave set, working on a medium length, which is a great trend for 2020 when we're looking at hair trends and lengths. We're also going to utilise hair accessories on one side, which are really going to help to add detail to the end style that we're doing. Again, a trend that all our customers are wanting to experience this year in 2020. We've started with freshly cleaned, blow-dried, natural hair. We're going to just work with a rod. Personally, I like to use our Paul Mitchell styling rod, 1 inch barrel. It's the same length from base to tip. I love to use this one to the fact it's not got a clip on it, and it allows me to wrap and shape the hair quickly and work expressly. I always like to start in the front, just due to the fact of when you're setting hair, the longer it has to cool, the better the memory is of your set. To think about that when we're heating that hair, we're changing the bonds within the hair, so therefore that means we're altering. If we don't give time for it to cool down, we don't give that longevity to the style. I'm going to start in the front where it's going to be the most heaviest, because we're starting on a side part. One side is pop behind because we're going to place accessories here. So I'm going to start in the thicker side. Taking diagonal sections, placing the hair away. You can see we're working on that diagonal section here. I'm going to take medium to thick size sections. This size, actually, the first one will be enough to begin with. On that diagonal section, I'm going to place the rod on a diagonal, and I love to wrap the hair round and away from the face. We're looking to create kind of that beachy, undone wave. A wave that's got a polish to it, but also got a naturalness to it. Definitely giving you more of that kind of Kate Moss, Kendall Jenner kind of end result. And then once the hair's heated, you can see I left a little bit of the edges out, just to give you that little bit more of a natural beach end result. Then once I've done that section, I'm going to choose to take another section. Again, I'm just going to work all the way up to the top of the head, working on diagonal sections. Making sure I've got the correct temperature on my rods and using a heat protector where is needed. Then once I've completed that side, just making sure we leave that hair to cool, make sure we don't touch it, let it set. I'm a great believer in what you set is what you get, so set on purpose, thinking about what your end result is going to be. So as you all know, I took that on the diagonal, away from the face, so that when we dress that out, we'll get that nice soft wave bouncing away from the face. I'm then going to use to come into the back, secondly. The reason I'm choosing to come to the back next is because on this side, we'll have the hair accessories, so all this hair is going to cascade down into the back. I'm going to take diagonal sections again. Follow in the same direction from the front. So you can see I've taken a diagonal section, continuing into the nape. So you can see as we come into the side that we're going to be clipping away, you can see I'm just going to pull a little bit tighter to pull that root down, because that's going to be a bit more smoother, and I'm just wrapping the rod from the mid of the base down to the tip. We just don't want to take the rod straight up, as in when we come to style, you're going to have creases and crimps on the side there. We just want to make sure we've got a smoothness to there. So making sure when you're doing your side that is going to be tucked behind, that you pull that root down and use your rod from the middle down to the base. Like so. Then just once you've put all your curls and waves through the hair, just going through and making sure you've not missed any areas. Making sure you give the hair the full cool time. So before you start to dress the hair out, get your hands in there or get your tools in there. Making sure that you just feel that hair just to make sure that it's completely cool. So I can feel in the front, that's fully cooled because that's where we started. I can feel where we finished here is definitely still warmer. So making sure that that has its maximum cool time as possible. Natural instinct as us as a hairdresser behind the chair in the salon and our busy columns that we're running, we automatically just want to go in and start dressing that hair out. All that hard work and effort you've put into setting the hair, if you go and just start to destroy your set while it's warm, you're just not going to get the end result that you're looking for. So I really recommend that you take the time, take that pause for a few minutes and just wait for that hair to cool. Because we're looking at trends for 2020, we know that hair accessories are a real big want for our customers. Definitely hair accessories in different sizes, different shapes. Even words are becoming fashionable as well, so we've got a little love sign there as well. So I'm working more on kind of that gold and kind of pearl end result. Just the fact that against this colour of hair, it's going to detail beautifully. Again, thinking of fashion, thinking of the overall end result that you're looking for. So what we're going to do is I'm going to always start with the bigger ones first, and then we're going to go in and detail behind the back with the smaller ones. I'm just going to take my comb and just make sure that the front hairline is all cleaned up. What you've got to think of, your customer sees the front the most. I like to call it the money shot. So therefore you want to make sure that that front hairline is nice and clean, that there's no hair coming into the eyes, the eyebrows, the lips or anything. So going around and checking that first. And then now you can feel the hair's cool enough. So I'm just going to start to just use the edge of my comb to start to dress the hair out. Using my fingers just gently. And again, because we talked about what you set is what you get and what we set on purpose, as we start to just use our hands there to pull out, the hair should naturally gravitate to where you've set. So after we've started to release those waves out, the side that we're going to utilise away from the face, I'm just going to use my Paul Mitchell Freeze and Shine Spray, which is more of a wet spray, just so that we can really layer that on to the area that we're going to keep tucked behind the ear. It's also going to give us maximum hold, and it's also going to give us that shine that we're looking for on that side. And then once we've done that, so we're just going to go in and start to place the accessories all up this one side. I'm then also going to take our love sign. You tend to find what's really popular at the moment is words as well as the little detailed clips. A lot of fashion brands are also giving you your logos on accessories as well. So we're just going to place that in the hair in the middle. So you can start to see that that's now starting to come to life and giving us detail there. And then as us all being creative hairstylists, we all got a creative eye. Use your creative eye. So therefore what we've done is started with the big one, started with the words, and we're then going to start to come in with more smaller pieces just to help detail a little bit extra. So you can see now that we've utilised the bigger one, our words, we're just going to start to go in with different shapes and different sizes now to detail even more. Also thinking of that hair colour, that the gold and the pearls are really complementing this red fabric that we're working on. So again, what I like to do when I'm placing all the accessories in the hair, I also just like to place them on the hair. Use your mirror to see how they look sometimes before you clip, because you might think it might look good, but when it goes in, you might think wrong. So it saves you having to take it out and put it back in again, because you're going to disturb what you've already done. So once we've placed our accessories, you just want to go and do your final checks on the hair. Use a little bit of hairspray where it's needed, just to help shape and define and give memory and hold to your style. Depending on the hair fabric you're working with, if I was working more on a coarser fabric, I'd be using more of a shine spray to finish. Because I'm working on that medium fabric that's got a medium texture, I'm choosing to use Freeze and Shine to give me that firm hold and shine in memory. Just pinching and pulling on the waves just to expand and give shape and definition. So that concludes the end of our tutorial. Here's a quick recap on how we set that. Working with your styling rod of choice, working on diagonal sections from the front into the back, wrapping it flat like a ribbon, leaving that tail out so that we're creating this nice, undone, beachy but polished at the same time wave. Remembering, top tip is making sure you give that maximum cool down time for the hair before you dress out. And to finish the style, we've just added accessories to the sides of the head. Remember, use your fashion eye to detail. We hope you've enjoyed this tutorial and this helps you to succeed with your clients in the salon.